the replays and the challenges.
Yeah.
That's just something that, and this is an old topic, but made more relevant after last night. The refs just weren't great, especially at the end. Mike Brown had thoughts. Mike Brown's wallet's going to be a little bit lighter, and here's why.
We got a lot of respect for the program, Miami Heat, Spoelstra, and everything that they've done. And Tyler Herro's a great player. But at the end, he traveled. He traveled on the last play, and I would not be doing my job if I didn't come up here and protect my guys. My guys fought their behind off for close to 48 minutes, and to pump fake on a sidestep, and then sidestep or hop, and then 1-2 and a shot, and not make that call. To me, it's just unbelievable. And that's not why we lost the game. Although I didn't think we got a fair whistle, and I hope when the officials go back and look at the game, they can see it. I thought Harrison got bumped on a drive that wasn't called. That was a huge momentum swing for these guys. And I kept telling the officials, I do. They're all great guys and they're good officials. But at the end of the day, we have to go earn our respect. Because right now, people get caught up in the hype and the crowd and the excitement of the crowd, and they look at what's on our jersey, I'm assuming, and see Kings and maybe expect us to lose. I don't know. But it's just two blatant calls that were right in front of guys. And I feel bad for my players. Again, we lost. You got to own up to it. But when you have a team fighting, both teams fighting as hard as they fought down the stretch of a back and forth game, and you're going to, not make the right call, right? It's right in front of you. And then just say, I didn't see it. That's tough. But then give them calls that are right in front of you. It's tough to swallow as a coach because, again, you just feel for how hard your guys work. Malik came off and had a fantastic game for us. Deli came off and had a fantastic game for us. And it was a shame that the game was called the way it was, especially in the fourth quarter.
I saw you kind of telling the refs right after, you thought it was a travel. Did they say anything to you?
Yeah, they said it wasn't. They said it wasn't a travel. And so, if that's not a travel, I don't know what the definition of a travel is. And, again, I don't know. Maybe they're caught up in the excitement of the crowd. Maybe it's the Miami Heat and we're the Sacramento Kings, and that's Tyler Herro, and it's a last-second shot or walk-off. What do they call it? Walk-off homer. So walk-off homer shot, maybe. Maybe they're caught up. I don't know. But I am by no means a ref, and their job is as hard as hell, But it's an ISO situation. It's one-on-one, and you're looking at the ball.
Okay, so let me just say first.
It's a lot there.
He's getting fined.
Yeah.
He also, any Kings fan that hears that, I can tell you as a Kings fan, me listening to that, he's like my avatar. Like, my love for him, I didn't dislike him at all, but as I get to know Mike Brown, I love that. And I can only think that his players that are going to hear that are like, wow. Like, thank you. That's awesome. You knew you were getting fined. You don't make as much money as we do. And you just cost yourself probably $25,000, up to $25 to $50,000 to stand up for us publicly. And I love the part he said, the part that really resonated with me as a fan. I love the part where he said, I don't know if refs just expect us to lose because of the name on the front of the jersey. Like, he's trying to change a culture here, not just in Sacramento, but around the league.
Yeah, I like a lot of the elements of it. The one thing I wonder about the effectiveness of this, I think a lot of the shots at officials have a big impact when you're in a series. So let's say that was game one of this, whatever, best of 7, and you feel like you were slighted on the whistle, I think that can impact game 2.
Yes.
They don't play Miami again. I don't know that it's
Until
going
the
to
finals.
impact the Orlando game. Do the officials that are coming in from the Orlando game, officials are probably aware of what Mike Brown said, but I don't know. But I think it's more of what he did internally. That's for the locker room. That's for the team. Maybe for the fan base too. I mean, I liked it. I have no issue. I think there's other ways to do it too. I'm not saying he's wrong. You can get after the officials during the game and get a technical, get thrown out of the game, but you also might cost yourself some points. And in a game that, as I said earlier, was never had a lead of larger than 7,
Right.
every point was really important. So, and it goes back to what we brought up on 3 for now. The 2-minute report will come out today. If it does say that there was a travel, yay. I mean, what does that do? What does that do? You still lost. They're not changing the outcome.
Yeah, but I also think in a way it doesn't help. But to me, I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
I can't speak for other people. For me, it reinforces the idea of what happened. It justifies not just Brown's comments, but the fan comments. And you hope that gets noticed around the league and that maybe behind the scenes, there's a conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, it's a bad call.
Right.
Figure it out.
Which is going to happen. It's judgment, right? And then I also think that just perpetuates, hey, at every game, no matter what arena, at some point, what are we going to hear? Ref, you suck.
Right.
I mean, do they? Are they all bad? Are they all terrible? No. But it feels like it impacted a game. In which every game, has its meaning, has its value, has its importance.
Right. And I sympathize with the refs.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I'm a huge fan. But this is the NBA, which stands for no bad officiating.
Officiating. Yeah, that's what it does stand for. You're right.
Here's the other thing. And this is the league's problem, because I do sympathize with the refs and I sympathize with Mike Brown. I do not sympathize with the league and their replay system. Mike Brown in 7 games is 4-1 in his challenges. That doesn't count the other calls that he would have challenged, except,
he had a chance to.
He doesn't have a chance to. It is beyond asinine that you have one challenge, and whether you're right or wrong, that's your challenge. And I know the NBA is still kind of dipping their foot in the whole challenge thing. It's a fairly young process, but it's not difficult to break down. Here's how it works. At minimum, if you make a challenge and it's successful, you should get one more challenge. That's like, I wouldn't even be happy with that, but that's like the fall down or hit your face on a telephone pole obvious answer. Here's how it should be. There's no limit on your challenges if you get them right. Why would you get penalized for pointing out a referee mistake? If you get the challenge right, you get the challenge right.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, the games might go longer. Okay, get better refs. Have the refs do better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that the referees have egos. I'm sorry that referees very legitimately also take a lot of abuse and they don't want to take any more. I'm not indifferent to that. I'm really not, which is why I think there should be more transparency to show how great the refs actually are. But my goodness, you have a challenge in the second quarter and you win it, and I can't challenge anymore.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, why can't you challenge whether or not that was a travel? Now that I have an argument against, which is, again, it's the Hail Mary thing.
Yeah, well, technically, there was. What are you challenging? The call wasn't. There was no call.
There was no call to be made,
and so now it's like, well, if there was no whistle, so I can't challenge something that wasn't called. Feels like that should be challengeable.
Yeah.
My thought on this, it's the extreme. It's the other way. I say either be able to challenge everything, unlimited,
sure,
or none.
I hate the none part.
Yeah, but I mean, even let's take challenges out. You're right. It's relatively new. There used to be reviews that were triggers from the league. Like no one challenged a call. It was like, oh, we're going to review this. That someone, courtside or official said we need to look at it.
Right.
The point of any kind of instant replay is to get calls correct.
Why not the last 2 minutes of each half? Why not, like you said, why not let that be the responsibility of New York?
Could be. And they
like
do have some of that. But like the point of even having replay at the beginning was to have calls made correctly. So then why would there be a limit to that? You're trying to call a perfect game, which
right.
You're always chasing that. I don't know if you'll ever get there, but why would there be a limit to that?
Well, we might screw up, but and you can call us out on one
of them.
But after that, no.
Yeah.
No. It's just stupid.